the incident happened at what is known as the seminar room. Seminar room. By this time, the forensic team was undergoing examination in the seminar room. Thereafter, after the parents arrived and they expressed their anguish of not being allowed in, there was a commotion. This was immediately informed to the higher officials over there.
Honorable Chief Minister of State of West Bengal on August 10, 2024 had issued a statement stating that State of West Bengal has no objection if the investigation of the alleged incident is transferred to C.B.I. The deceased victim was a doctor working in the hospital. It is rather surprising as to why the principal or the hospital administration did not lodge a formal complaint. This, in our view, was a serious lapse, giving room for suspicion. Therefore, we deem it appropriate to transfer the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation.
Yesterday, when I had been to the place to express my solidarity, they said the postmortem report indicates this sort of injury could not have happened only by one single individual. There must be multiple action by multiple persons. Postmortem of the person. Therefore, this requires the investigation.
I dispute. Because
They will definitely.
I will, as I said, my lord, I will file an exhaustive, detailed report as far as the entire examination is concerned. For your lordship.
But what they say is, prima facie opinion is that this assault could not have been committed by a single person.
That is not correct. Because I am saying, my humble submission is, I have taken specific instruction on that. That when it is a case of multiple, the nature of injuries would be slightly different. I don't want to say all this in open court right now, but in the report, I shall give it. Because if your lordship, I shall file it.
All right.
With the deepest of humility, my lord.
Forensic experts, my lord, they have categorically made this statement. Let us, a forensic expert engaged in government health service. Who? They are, yes, if he wants to get the name, I'll get the name. Give the name.
Don't tell the name.
It's not necessary. But Lord, prima facie, Lord, it is a case where the parents also feel that this couldn't have been done by a person who intended to only commit rape. The others must be involved, and that requires investigation. And this investigation.
Right, the parents are here before court. We have granted leave to.
Yes, I am appearing for that. Like,
Senior.
May I say this? Milord, the parents were present with their permission. The postmortem, with their permission, the postmortem was done. They were informed. They made a request. The request was kept. That a lady doctor should be there. That was whatever. But I repeat and reiterate, whatever was the request of the family, that was immediately complied with. In fact, even the inquest and everything, it took us some time because we had to get a judicial officer. So, everything, I shall give it to your lordship sequentially, the entire thing, the report. Why? There is nothing to hide. I am carrying out an extremely transparent investigation, and I shall bring that out. I myself volunteer.
This is not a private dispute. Sir.
Yes.
It's not a private.
I am
only one thing. I would beg to dispute. I would beg to dispute with the submissions as has been advanced by Mr. Banerjee. My lord, I have annexed a newspaper article in page number. Yes. And the video evidence are also there. I can produce it before the court. The family members were not made allowed after the body was taken away. The family members absolutely had no idea. The body was made to go to the hospital.
The parents are before court.
Yes.
You can't be canvassing a case for them.
No,
it is up
no,
to them.
yes.
With your lordship's kind leave, my lord, insofar as item 2 is concerned, my lord, I am grateful, my lord, that the parents have gathered courage and finally are before, my lord, the Honorable Court of Law, my lord. That will be the lead case.
That will be the lead case.
My lord, kindly appreciate only one aspect, my lord. Insofar as the state is concerned, they are justifying about the investigation which has been undertaken. But, my lord, the state in which the body of the victim was found, my lord, it was bleeding, my lord. Blood was coming out from the eyes, from the mouth, from the genital area, my lord. My lord, bedding, my lord, that was soaked with blood. And so she was in a half-naked condition. But, my lord, this most striking aspect is, my lord, the state registered a UD case, an unnatural death case, that is a case of suicide. So, my lord, this casts a reasonable apprehension about the conduct of the state, my lord. My lord, I am grateful, my lord, to a few young doctors, my lord, who have taken the pain and made this flow chart. This will explain in detail, Mr. Banerjee. This is a flow chart that we will be relying upon. No, no, WhatsApp. So, my lord, this is exactly the sequence of events which followed, my lord. And now, my lord, there are statements coming that there is no objection if the case is transferred to the C.B.I, but that will require time till Sunday. So, my lord, a particular person who is a civic volunteer, there are orders of the Honorable Court, my lord, as well as memos, that civic volunteers cannot even roam in isolation when the police, unless accompanied by police personnel. Despite that, a civic volunteer, my lord, now he has surfaced. It is being stated that it is the case of one man. My lord, there is an inquest report which is doing round in the social media, a part of which has been pleaded, my lord. It requires superhuman capability, my lord, to inflict such type of injury within a period of 30 to 40 minutes, my lord, on the person of the victim, my lord. It is not possible, my lord, for a single person, my lord, to inflict so much of pain and so much of wounds, my lord, on a poor, my lord, helpless victim, my lord, who has lost her life. And, my lord, there are statements, my lord, from the ruling dispensation, my lord, this is not political, this is all on the media, that ideally the civic volunteer should be encountered. There should be an encounter. But there is every apprehension, my lord, that with the passing days, it is basically the valuable evidence which is being, my lord, destroyed. With every passing day, the conduct of the police, my lord, is also suspect, my lord. First of all, my lord, the very act of registration of an unnatural death case is enough to cast apprehension, my lord. I am extremely grateful, my lord, to Mr. Bhattacharya's clients, my lord, that they have gathered courage. They have, my lord, come up before the Honorable Court of Law. They were not, my lord, they were, my lord.
In this flow chart, of course, there is no
My lord.
signature to it anyway.
My lord,
On the middle of it, you'd say,
my lord,
first attempt to cover up by police administration,
Yes.
postmortem.
yes,
Suicide declared by police.
yes,
Victim blaming done by principal.
yes.
Reason given psychosis.
Yes, my lord. That is what, my lord, the students are saying, that these are the sequence of events. This is what transpired. Mr. Bhattacharya will be in a better position to explain, to clarify to the Honorable Court, my lord.
Due to protest, this does not work.
Yes,
Then postmortem and first line of investigation.
yes, my lord.
Rape and murder declared by the Commissioner of Police.
Yes,
After 36 hours,
yes,
one person has been apprehended.
yes, my lord. A particular civic volunteer. And the civic volunteer is making statements immediately that yes, hang me. I do not mind. And there are statements that yes, he should be killed by way of an encounter.
My lord, I have already annexed
second,
one
please.
document,
Please, just
page 12. That from that, my lord, the injury is apparent. Item number 4.
But is it a reason that at the first instance, they said the cause of death was suicide?
That was not said by the police.
You can use the mics. You can use the-
That was not said by the police, because police would not say anything till an investigation happens.
Or the hospital administration.
Somebody may have said, who has said it, we do not know. But I've also heard this part. But who has spread this information? That is, police has not said. I have spoken to every.
This is
Tala
from
police.
the parents. First at 10:35 a.m., a telephone call came. Are you the parents of such and such? Replied, yes. What happened? Your daughter is ill. Come sharp. The father requested, what nature of the illness? Please tell us. Said, no, we can't say anything. Please come sharp. Then subsequently another call 10-15 minutes after, that your daughter has committed suicide. Well, they were preparing to rush to the hospital. Suicide? Who are you? I am one ASC, something like that. But the doctors will tell you better what had happened. And then they rushed to the hospital. They were kept sitting 3 hours far from the dead body. police asked them, you sit here. And then after 3 hours, the parents were taken to the dead body. And so long they were telling that she has committed suicide. The parents were really surprised that she is a normal person. She went there for duty. How could it happen? Then ultimately they found that the body, when it was little bit uncovered for identification, bears huge injury from their own estimation of a normal person.
So the parents were allowed to see the
Yes.
body of the victim.
After 3 hours. Then all these things police followed, and in the meantime, police had requested them over the telephonic message. This is the request from the top of the executive. Get the matter settled. Don't talk to others on this issue. But we will not identify and say X, Y, Z responsible. No. The chief minister herself has said it will be transferred to C.B.I. after 10 days or 7 days. Now, these 7 days is utilized as a hunch.
Yes.
Lord, we have experience, Lord, in case of cheat fund matter, that the special investigation team chairman, who was the commissioner of police, he was utilized to destroy the evidence. When the matter was transferred to C.B.I. by the Supreme Court, C.B.I. made him accused that he have destroyed the evidence. Therefore, we have experience which tells us to tell before the court that this time might be utilized for the purpose of wiping out the evidence. Therefore, C.B.I. should be directed to take up investigation here and now.
Yes.
Monitoring by High Court.
Immediate.
And let them also assist the C.B.I. authorities if they are so sincere.
Banerjee, if it is a fact that the administration initially, somebody called the parent and said it is a case of, first it's a case of sickness, second it's a case of suicide, then there is a miss somewhere.
May I say this? Has my learned friend's client ever disclosed from which number they have got the calls? I am beseeching my learned friend to kindly give it. We shall.
All right, we'll keep that
State
aside.
police.
No, wait.
I will
No,
get
no,
this
no.
magic.
Take
Call
it-
from police.
Yeah.
No. You have received 2 phone calls that was just submitted. So please give us this phone call numbers.
How could it be? The parents were in such a situation, they will record the phone number.
No. Phone number in
What
the
is
phone,
saying?
you will get it.
But in view of registration of Tala police station case and UT case number
Answer one at a
161,
time.
my lord,
Just
I understand, my lord, the phone number will not be relevant because it is on record, my lord, that the police registered a case of suicide. It was an UD case, my lord, unnatural death case which was registered.
May I answer everything one by one?
So is it a fact, sir?
May I say this? Milord, what happens? When an incident happens, any incident where death has happened, it is immediately a UD case because procedural things have to happen. Now, till such time a complaint is received on the basis of which a case gets started, a UD case is an unnatural death case.
Sir, it is not a case where suppose a convict prisoner is unwell in the correctional home. The hospital or the clinic in the correctional home is not able to treat him. He is shifted to a hospital. There he collapses or he is no more. Then the family says some hanky-panky has happened. Therefore, it's a case of suspicion that is different. But this person is part of the system, sir.
So
And should not the administration show some remorse?
No.
If it is a fact that the parents were kept waiting for 3 hours.
let me, Milord, Milord, this is of Milord, these are statements which
No,
we do
you
not.
be fair to the entire issue, sir. Let us be fair.
Yes,
No, it's a doctor who spent her life working for the.
absolutely, Milord. I'm saying this, but Milord, these incidents, I can only, Milord, make submissions on facts which are pleaded in the petition.
No.
I can come with, Milord, this petition, I have not
We know the facts, sir. Suppose you don't tell the truth, then what to do? Probably we will have to put them in the box, ask them to.
Milord, that's why I am saying, Milord,
Sir.
this submission is made. Give me the shortest time, Milord, I shall come with a report.
If
Lord,
this
may I
was
just-
true, if this was
Milord, if this is true, that is subject to it being
3
true.
hours, the parents have been asked to come.
Yes.
and they were being informed that it is a case of suicide, then administration has
Milord,
not
Milord,
been with them.
No, no,
Administration has not been.
may I make this submission? Your Lordship will kindly
You can't treat the deceased as if it was a patient or a person who has been brought from a correctional home for treatment. There should be more, little bit sensitivity.
How the uniqueness has been started. This is the first question. But second question is this, Lord. The postmortem which we are talking about, and all parents were informed that the girl has committed suicide. If that is so, what steps they have taken to identify who was waiting for? Because this is a greater conspiracy than not saying that.
Absolutely. I agree with my learned friend. Absolutely. So we have to look at these phone numbers to find out who has made this call. I am not for a moment. Again, my lord, I say this. I am not taking this matter as adversarial. I am saying that give us, my lord, may I say this?
Suppose these doctors are made parties, and if suppose somebody comes with an affidavit saying that the principal said it was a case of psychosis, he blamed the victim, then it's a very serious matter.
No, there's a principle. Then, my lord, today I am.
It become oath against oath. Let the former principal file an affidavit. They will file an affidavit.
Let them file. I'm not stopping that. I'm not saying that. But my lord, today I am only.
Yeah, by now, a statement should have been recorded from the principal.
Yes.
What did he say? Somebody in the administration, the ward boys, how many?
Everything. There are more than 35 statements recorded. My lord, today, if your lordship gives me an opportunity, I shall give everything before your lordship. Lordship, give me the shortest time that I'm saying.
Only a very short thing, my lord. At the
I
very
am not
outset,
trying away from everything. 35, more than 35, 40 statements have been recorded.
my lord,
But not of the principal.
all such
Principal
vehement,
resigned from this institute. In the morning says I'm resigning for the government servants. In the evening, he's appointed principal and another adjacent medical college.
We are here, my lord, on the gruesome incident that has happened and the investigation. My lord would kindly.
And the attending circumstances.
Yes. My lord, that is why.
In the incident, the investigation and the attending circumstances.
So
Suppose if he has stepped down, owing moral responsibility, etc. It is rather surprising that he should be rewarded within less than 12 hours.
I will take and come back to your lordship with
But
my lord,
especially,
only one
I'm
thing, my lord,
saying-
that
But because this is
especially
not
with
a case, my lord, may I say this, my lord? Today, my lord, when these statements are made, I have to take instruction on various things.
you please take, you please.
I have to take one and I'll come back.
All right. In the meantime, because the parents are before court, there is an apprehension that if time lost, there is chances of something getting derailed. How do you ensure that that doesn't happen?
I am coming to your lordship within 24 hours.
24
Tomorrow morning, your
hours.
lordship, I shall come with
only
the
one thing.
24
All
hours,
such,
everything
all
will
such,
today, my lord, whatever time I take, I'll have it prepared. Tomorrow morning, that is the earliest I can come. I am trying to, my lord, expedite matters as fast as possible. Your lordship gives me 24 hours. I don't think I'm being very unreasonable.
Yes.
My lord,
But all
tomorrow
such
morning, I
vehement
shall give
objections are
an
coming.
exhaustive report, which will also deal with the submissions made from the bar, which were not in the petitions, because there are a lot of things which are not. My lord, petitions have been
But
served.
may I only just point out
There are
one
many
thing? All these
objections
vehement
have been served.
objections are coming from the part of the state. It was at the very outset that had come from the highest authority of the state that it should be immediately transferred to the C.B.I. Now she comes up with a statement saying that after 7 days. So, my lord, this is absolutely suspicious. Within this 7 days, evidence would be wiped out. My lord, I have annexed a newspaper article with this, which says, page number 21 of my application, no objection to C.B.I. probe, says the highest authority of the state on the very next day. Now, my lord, she comes up with a statement after 7 days. So this 7 days is very crucial for wiping out the evidence. That is where at the very outset, my lord, we think, my lord, that there should have been an interim order. The state would not have objected to the same, that the court is granting C.B.I. State should not have objected since the statement is coming from the highest authority of the state. Now the state is coming with a very different stand. My lord, kindly sees this creates a cloud of suspicion over the entire state of affairs. My lord would kindly appreciate this.
My lord,
My lord, may I beseech your lordship to kindly,
Banerjee, just
tomorrow morning, your lordship sees it.
on the
If every allegation that is made today, I can't tell you if it's fresh allegations made tomorrow from the bar, but as of now, whatever allegations have been made, I shall deal with everything in a report by tomorrow morning, 10:30 before your lordship.
My lord, I have twofold objection. First objection is that the case diary is the heart of the investigation. These reports are of no consequence. Let them produce the case diary before your lordship at 2 o'clock today. And the last matter, which was transferred to the C.B.I. in 2022, with regard to the rape and murder of a victim, where her body was burned before it was sent for postmortem, was argued by me. My lord, in the morning I took leave, 2 o'clock it was kept, and my lord, at 8 o'clock the investigation was transferred to C.B.I.
It's an annexure,
Yes, it has been annexed by my
part
learned
part
friend.
of an annexure in our petition.
Because I had argued that matter. My lord, I had brought about the scientific evidence which is there. And I'd be rest assured, my lord, 10 years from now, because I have argued Kamduni, in which the acquittals took place. This case will go just the Kamduni way. The accused will be acquitted. And I will show it to your lordship how he will be acquitted. Because this very commissioner of police was the inspector general of the CID when Kamduni murder took place. It is due to his blotching up of the entire case that today Kamduni has failed. I was a defense counsel. I defended them. But today when I appear for the victim, this person has now been rewarded by being made a CP. This person should be put on compulsory waiting. He is the person who is responsible for the Kamduni rape and murder because he was the head of the investigation. He blotched it up completely. And the same thing he has done. What he has done, he has, on the victim's body, he bought a scratch mark. In the Kamduni case, same thing happened. They bought a scratch mark on the victim. We argued, and this honorable court acquitted that person with a scratch mark. Same thing. Same modus operandi by this Vineet Goel. He needs to go.
The direct production, my lord, at 2
But at
o'clock.
2 o'clock. Let it come at 2 o'clock. But here it and transfer it.
Let it be at 2 o'clock. sir.
And let him produce the case diary.
Anybody from the police is there to instruct you?
There.
The case diary is with them.
No, case diary, I can bring them. That's not issue. But my lord, if you want the report,
Why do we need a report?
what report?
Case diary is the heart of an investigation. If the case diary is a case diary.
Report, my lord, may I submit, my lord, the report
My lord, I will show from the case diary what they have been up to.
which are being made, which is beyond the case diary. For that, we need to file a report. We'll keep that.
Let us absolutely no.
My lord, may I?
Bring the case diary at 2 o'clock.
This way it cannot happen.
But I am saying, my lord, there are submissions which have been made with regard to the 3 hour, my lord, those things may not be in the case diary. For that, your lordship will call for a report.
That is correct, but then
And we can get them.
No, tomorrow morning, my lord, I am coming back 1 hour.
no.
My lord, it's the crime scene. Ultimately, it's the crime scene.
Your lordship tells me when your lordship will. I am saying,
Within half an hour,
I am
let it be
saying,
at 12 o'clock.
Lord, I shall come with a
the sheet that
detailed
you-
report, my lord. I said that the earliest, my lord, was tomorrow at 10:30. I shall come
But
because
why do you register a case of unnatural death?
I shall give it to your lordship. Why? The details I should give it.
The case
Full.
diary is handed over to the court, no, that too. And that will.
And
at
this
least
is
give us
not
some
the way the victim should have been dealt with, especially when the victim was a
Lord, I
doctor
shall-
in the very same
Lord, may I
hospital.
take instructions?
And
come
does
back?
the principal require,
Absolutely, Lord.
advice on all these things?
Lord,
How
I
to
shall,
handle medical legal cases?
My lord, this is the same
may I
principle
say,
who during COVID-19 was held responsible for ventilators being there was a huge scam with regard to ventilators, and this person is the sole accused. Nothing was done. He was transferred within 48 hours, he was brought back. He was transferred to Murshidabad. Within 1 month, he was brought back. Last year in 2023, there was a massive ragging scandal in Maniktala RG Core hostel. Everything was hushed up. He is so powerful, nobody can touch him. And my lord, this is all on record. 2023, any student who opposes this man is ragged in the hostel. And it is on record, but they will do nothing.
Lord, may I say one thing? Head of the C.B.I. called me this morning. Subject to your lordship's approval, they are ready and willing to take up the investigation. Immediately.
Because this is three things.
But if he has stepped down voluntarily saying that some moral responsibility, rather surprising that you should reward him.
may I say this, Lord? May I? As far as these things are,
No man is above laws.
Lord, if I cannot make a submission, then
You
no
please
point.
make, sir. You please.
Lord,
One
may I
of the
say-
bio-waste scam, which is the biggest scam in this state.
Your lordship, see,
This same principle is responsible. First, enumerating from RG Court. tell them to say no.
I am appearing on behalf of the principal. Will this kind of reckless statement
But then if you are such a powerful person, you step down today within 4 hours, you are rewarded with the same. Are you such a powerful person?
I believe Lordship has dealt with at least 5 matters before this court.
Yes, those are all on tenders, etc. That is different. And PILs came.
Right.
That was a different issue. But then, see, he is virtually the guardian of all the doctors who are working there.
True.
And if he doesn't show any sympathy or empathy, then who else will show? He should be kept at home. Your client shouldn't be working anywhere.
Yes.
Let him be at home. Let him be at home. He is so powerful, sir. He can't engage because a government council is representing him.
No.
You are not a panel council.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes. Of course I am. I am.
There's no bar. There's no bar.
I am.
There's no bar.
The Varjikar authorities.
Let them produce.
He is impleaded by name.
Yes. I have
the-
my petition.
This item number 1.
Item number 1.
Yes.
Instant, he should have lost the complaint. As soon as the dead body is recovered, he should have lost the complaint. So,
This you are appearing for the 6th respondent in WPAP 331 of 2020.
But he has a separate representation. If your lordship, he has a complete separate representation.
Not from the government that he is not.
Suppose somebody accepts moral responsibility and he steps down. You don't reward him overnight within 4 hours. All right, you become the chairman of this institution.
May I say,
Cloud.
I shall have to, these are issues, I have to take, as I said, as far as the
Where is he
investigation.
posted now? Where is he posted now?
Calcutta National Medical College.
They are also gone on
They
strike now.
have also gone on strike.
They have locked the principal's room. They say we don't want this man ever to enter
Yes.
the college and pollute it like he did in Ajikar.
Calcutta National.
National Medical College.
But he had resigned from the government service, not from the post of.
Yes.
medical college of.
This is a government medical college.
All are.
And it's a fact that your client resigned.
Yes.
I tendered my resignations yesterday.
That was not accepted.
It was possibly not accepted. I tendered my.
That was not accepted. But this is a charter of demands, my lord, by the Pan West Bengal General Body meeting, my lord, which took place, my lord, yesterday, my lord. There is a specific demand.
Sir, may I get a copy of the
We don't know things are handed over like this. How do we take instructions?
You also give something, we will take it.
No, I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in it. When I come, I come clear. That is why I think the lordship gives me.
Now, we can grant you time to file a report, bring the case diary, etc. In the meantime, nothing should happen to derail the investigation or
Nothing.
destroy the evidence.
Yes, this one.
How do you ensure that? You make the suggestion. How do you ensure that nothing goes amiss or nothing goes wrong within this 1 day, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours? You please ensure.
No, may I say this? May I say this? As I stand today, it's about.
No, have you formed a special investigation?
Yes.
Who heads the SIT?
Just give me one. It is headed by a deputy commissioner of police and it is under the direct supervision of the additional commissioner of police one, Mr. I'm not taking names. Sorry. Additional commissioner one. He under his direct supervision. And he is, if your lordship was also seen, I've also seen some of the papers, your lordship will find that he is personally supervising the entire thing.
This additional commissioner.
He is additional commissioner of police one. That is he's the highest. Just below the rank of commissioner of police, he's the next officer.
You should name. Tomorrow, this person will again be shifted somewhere else.
No. He's everything also.
It happens.
Definitely,
What
we
I
don't believe
speak,
you.
I speak from
We don't
my
believe
hard
you.
experience.
Because of this, we need Goel. The body has been destroyed. Why? Why was it? What was the hurry in
No.
the body in?
That we can't say, no. The family
We are hearing one
family-
matter.
the family has accepted it.
My lord,
Family has
but the
accepted and
body,
performed the
the
last.
body is the most important piece of
That is
evidence.
true, sir. You are a public interest litigant. The parents have accepted the body, done the last rites. What right have you got over and above the parents?
That is
What
not.
is he appearing in?
And theirs will be the first voice and the last voice.
Absolutely. I am grateful. I am grateful to that.
So your client will not function, sir. Ask him not to go on long leave.
For the present concern.
The present Calcutta National Medical Service, we give him an option to submit his leave application today by 3 p.m. Otherwise, an order will pass that he shall.
Leave application for how many? I mean,
Till further order.
Grievance has to be addressed. Because as he said, the Bahama is the most important.
And a statement has been recorded from this Professor
Yes, sir.
Sandeep Kumar Ghosh.
Yes.
You please find out here.
No. No, no.
Why?
It will be done.
What is
Because we are in late
72 hours.
in custody of all these things.
72 hours gone by.
He is the first person from whom you
You can't make a submission when I'm recording.
he is the first person from whom statement should have been recorded. He is the head of the institution.
May I say this?
Superintendent also, you should have recorded the.
Milord, may I say this? I have made today, Milord,
They are not above law, sir. They are not. above law.
nobody is saying
then-
above law.
They may be government servants, they may be government doctors, they may be experts. We don't underestimate their their proficiency, their expertise.
Absolutely,
But then
Milord, I am not
he is
promoting.
occupying an administrative post.
Absolutely.
If he heads the medical department, he heads the surgical department, orthopedic department is a different matter. Once he becomes a principal or a superintendent, he is an administrator. If he is an administrator, you should have recorded a statement from him. Why do you protect? Let him tell the truth. This is what I came to know. Because in the early hours it has happened. Probably by the time he reported to office, by 10:30 only he would have come to know, or 9:30 he would have been informed over phone. So let him, that statement is the basis, sir.
May I submit now, Milord? May I submit that?
There's something is missing, sir.
Milord, may I
Something
submit
is
now?
missing, sir.
Milord, your lordship will find. But may I submit that? Today, Milord, the actual investigation was taken up with the highest speed. Full details. Today, first thing first is about this entire incident. Entire CCTV footages that were available, that was scanned. Every person who was seen in the CCTV footages were not, so the priority was first over here. So Milord, today every person seen in the CCTVs, their statements were recorded, their movements were justified, there everything was done. This person was the identification of this person take place. He's where he was posted. I'll tell you a lot about. I have a small. I wish I could. This is an investigation. I can't make this submission. Your lordship makes this proceedings in camera. I don't have a problem. I'll tell you, I can address your lordship openly everything about the
He will
investigation.
reveal everything.
Because-
The actual state of affairs.
Because I'll tell you, lordship, today I am extremely reluctant in opening my mouth because of for the sake of investigation. That is why I'm saying I will bring everything because there's nothing I have to hide from your lordship. I will give everything.
Transpires, my lord, that the state has an objection insofar as my lord, transfer is concerned to the C.B.I. now.
আসেনি
Come to know. একটা বলে দিচ্ছি কেসদারি
Order.
No military.
National Medical College.
I can bring it. Presently, I'm not having.
Custodian of the
But I think I have a copy of the appropriation. I think.
He's got a copy.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, appointment, Sandip Ghosh.
Copy? সব হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে সব
ফোন তো দিয়ে দিচ্ছেন। একটা করে ফোন দে না ভাই, এরপর থেকে আমার সুবিধা। তোমার মুখে অনেক পয়সা, আইফোন দিতে বলছো।
সফট কপি
এত জিনিস যাচ্ছে বুঝতে পারছি আপনার বক্তব্য
There is some joint action group which has been formed. It says
There are various
pan
groups, my lord.
West Bengal General Body meeting.
Yes. In my petition also, my lord, I have annexed, my lord, certain resolutions, my lord, and charter of demands.
All right, somebody should.
Yeah, let them be served, let them be added, let them come.
Yes.
They're not, it is best everybody comes before your lordship.
But this is not only limited to the gruesome event, it also limited to, it goes further for safety and in the future, my lord. So let them come.
Let them come. I have no problem with them being added
They
as
need
party.
to
In
come,
fact,
yeah.
I suggest let them be added as party. If my learned friend gives the details.
It can all be done, my lord. It
These
can
are all
definitely be done.
peripheral
But, my lord, let them, my lord, first produce the case diary at 2 o'clock, my lord.
Let the case diary be
These are also, my lord, very, very essential. But, my lord, as of now,
Oh, the case diary should be there with the police. No?
Not just now, whenever you want lordship wants, I.
We'll, 1 p.m. we'll take it. up.
Yes.
deep grateful.
And my lord,
কেটে পড়ে দিয়েছে ওকে ধরে নেওয়া মামলা তো ঠিক
Oh, you filed a CAN application. All right.
only thing. Lord, may I say, humbly speak to one submission? We have not received every copy of the petition as yet.
That they will do it now.
Last one, Mr. Bhattacharya's client.
Mr. Bhattacharya, because more important is the parents one, because that time
That's
is
the
the most important than anybody.
And regarding his resignation letter and that copy of that appointment order, that also you please produce. His resignation letter. What has he said in that resignation?
Yes. Now, from around 9:30, the phone call was made to the family of the deceased. Around 9. My learned friend was absolutely correct. 2 phone calls.
By
We have,
assistant superintendent.
yes, we have identified whose phone call it was. It was the assistant superintendent of the hospital who had made these calls. 2 calls were made. Thereafter, my lord, the information came to the inspector in charge of the hospital, Arjikal Hospital Outpost. It was around 10:10 that the information was received by the inspector in charge of the Arjikal Hospital Outpost.
10:10.
10:10. By about 10:30, by 10, no, the Arjikar outpost is 10:10. The local police station is informed around 10:30. And immediately, my lord,
That is Tala police station.
Tala police station. Because the hospital is the outpost, the police station is Tala police station. He immediately gets in touch with the deputy commissioner, his superior is the deputy commissioner, then joint commissioner, additional commissioner, all messages were sent. Immediately instructions given. By 11 o'clock, the homicide team reaches Arjikor Hospital.
Hmm.
By this time, about 150 people had gathered at the hospital.
They are doctors,
Yes.
doctors, students.
150. It is very difficult to identify a mob. Doctors, students, outsiders, patient party. Around 11:30,
Hmm.
all senior police officers, include right up to the rank of additional CP, was there at the site, at the hospital site. All senior officers were there.
Yes.
The parents who had been given the information, they came from Shodhpur. They arrived at around 1 o'clock.
But Sodhpur, it's in BT road, no? 45 minutes it will take probably.
But this is the time around which
Right. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
Your Lordship, I do not know.
Absolutely.
I be slightly ashamed, but
No.
the fact is, well, Mr. Judge,
Maximum.
no, your Lordship's brother has a very nervous smile because he's also not aware.
By
It's
public
like me.
transport, it may
Yes.
take 2 hours.
No, but they reached, like,
All
coming
right.
on a serious note,
Parents arrived at 1 p.m.
on a serious note, they came around 1 o'clock.
Hmm.
By this time, the forensic teams, just pausing here for a moment, the incident happened at what is known as the seminar room.
Hmm.
Seminar room. By this time, the forensic team was undergoing examination in the seminar room.
Hmm.
1 p.m.
Yes.
Thereafter, after the parents arrived and they expressed their anguish of not being allowed in, there was a commotion. This was immediately informed to the higher officials over there. This commotion happened as after their arrival at 1 o'clock. Immediately by 1:10, they were given access into the seminar hall. This story of the submission, because the submissions made, because we have not got a copy of the petition as yet. It has not yet been served.
So 3
But-
hours, according to you, the 3 hours is.
No, within 10 minutes they were taken. May I say that now, the seminar hall is a fairly big sized room. In that, on one side, the lady was lying. When initially some of the students had gone into the seminar room, they had found her semi-clad. I'm trying to avoid as much words. Somebody had put a cover on her. Somebody has also enclosed the area of the body in a cloth partition.
Cloth partition,
Your Lordship, the hospitals
Yes,
have that, the iron frame and
green cloth.
green cloth or white cloth, whatever it is. Not
Or
cloth.
here it will be blue cloth.
Maybe whatever. So the cloth partitions with the frame. So somebody had put that sort of a thing to sort of enclose that area.
Somebody.
This happened before the police reached the spot. Thereafter, after the parents were brought inside the seminar room, they were given a chair to sit over there. This side of where the body was. Because at that point of time, the forensic team was in progress. And there was also a huge crowd wanting to come into the PO, place of occurrence. So we had to keep everybody off. And so the entire allegation made so far that we made them wait for 3 hours is,
that
I'm
we have
sorry, my
got.
lord, is not a correct statement. Next, after 1 o'clock, the parents came, and 1:10 after they were kept inside over there, there were teams of doctors who was talking with them, us, everybody. One of the main demands that came is that we will not allow the body to leave this place. Whatever has to happen here. There were also demands that there has to be initially two ladies present, lady doctors present. Thereafter, it went up to 3. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Lady present at the time of thing. They also insisted on a judicial magistrate conducting an inquest.
Who insisted this group?
This group, which was told to the parents also said, we want. When the parents said, as I said, Lord, today when I stand here, the opinion of the parents is most important for me. The parents also, the parents also made the demand that a judicial officer be present at the time of inquest. These things, and they also said there should be relatives, there should be the other doctors, all these things. Ultimately, around around 3:55, a demand is made
By the parents.
in writing. No, it is signed by her, by the father.
Father.
That I have.
What is the gist of the demand?
May I hand it over to you, Lord? I have made copies. No, I have a copy.
Doesn't matter. It should be part of the case.
I've not had the opportunity to see the case diary. That is why, these are documents which I took out. Your Lordship, see at the bottom of the page.
Shekhar Ranjan. So.
Shekhar Ranjan Devnath. This is the father. Your Lordship, see adjacent to that is the time 3:55. So this is the time which they took for coming up with this. There were, for this representation, we had immediately put in a prayer to the Sialda court for engagement of a judicial magistrate, although in case of an inquest, a judicial magistrate is not called for. But taking into consideration the present situation, the law and order and everything else, immediately, and by 4:30, the inquest, the judicial magistrate came, inquest started.
4:30.
4:20. 4:20.
In connection with UD case.
Murder and was committed by several offenders. The writ petitioners would also state that the Hon'ble Chief Minister of State of West Bengal on August 10, 2024 had issued a statement stating that the State of West Bengal has no objection if the investigation of the alleged incident is transferred to C.B.I. Leave was granted to the writ petitioners on August 12, 2024 to file the writ petitions, and today we have also granted leave to the parents of the victim to file a writ petition. In the said writ petition, the parents have sought for a direction to conduct independent investigation by a team of independent impartial officers under the supervision of a Honorable Judge of this court to direct a team of independent investigative officers to take custody of all evidence, including but not limited to the postmortem report, forensic evidence, CCTV footage, electronic communications, written statements to ensure that no evidence is tampered with and suppressed or destroyed. They also sought for etc. That is other prayer. In the batch of cases, we consider it appropriate to treat the petition filed by the parents of the victims as the lead case. To consider as to whether the case has to be transferred to an independent central agency, we are guided by various decisions of the Hon'ble Supreme Court. At this juncture, we note the decision of the Hon'ble Supreme Court in the case of K.V. Rajendran versus Superintendent of Police, 2013, 12 SEC, page 480, wherein the Hon'ble Supreme Court held that the power of transferring such investigations must be in rare and exceptional cases where the court finds it necessary in order to do justice between the parties and to instill confidence in the public mind, or where investigation by the state police lack credibility and it is necessary for having a fair, honest, and complete investigation, and particularly when it is imperative to retain public confidence in the impartial working of the state agencies. We are to test the case on hand on the anvil of the above legal principle. The learned senior standing counsel appearing for the state of West Bengal would contend that the investigation has been done in an appropriate manner and prays for reasonable time to submit a detailed report of investigation done thus far, which can be placed before this court in a sealed cover. It is submitted that statements have been recorded from more than 25% and one person has been arrested and the investigation is proceeding in the proper direction. We have read the averments made by the parents of the victim in their petition, and that incident, etc., was there. Then we have added whatever as the senior government leader has said about the various timing. It is rather disheartening to note that the hospital administration, more particularly then principal of Professor Sandeep Kumar Ghosh, who has been implicated in his personal capacity in WP number 331 of 2024, was not proactive. Then we have set out his role. It is on record that Professor Sandeep Kumar Ghosh tendered his resignation, and it is not clear as to what orders were passed on such request for resignation. Rather, within the shortest possible time, on August 12, 2024, the said person has been made a principal of National Medical College and Hospital, Calcutta. It is difficult to comprehend that as to why when a person submits his resignation, the concerned authority of the state did not exercise the two options which are available, namely, either to accept the resignation or to refuse to accept the resignation. The appropriate authority of the state government should bear in mind the circumstances which led to the resignation. Therefore, even assuming the resignation was not accepted, the least that can be expected from a responsible higher official of the concerned department is to immediately relieve the principal from his duties and not assign him any other duty of equal responsibility. If this course had not been adopted, if he has been assigned another responsibility equivalent to the responsibility held by him, it would tantamount to putting a premium. This is what has exactly happened in the instant case, wherein Professor so-and-so has been made as the principal of another government medical college hospital. It is not clear as to why there was the tearing urgency in doing so. Several submissions were made at the bar with regard to as to how influential is Professor so-and-so. However, these aspects are not gone into at this stage. We have advised the learned advocate appearing for the Professor so-and-so to direct his client to immediately proceed on leave, failing which the court would be compelled to pass necessary orders. On oral instructions, the learned advocate submitted that his client will immediately proceed on leave. If such an application is submitted by Professor so-and-so, the same shall be accepted and he shall be granted extraordinary leave and not permitted to hold the post of principal of the National Medical College and Hospital, Calcutta, until further directions. The parents of the victim apprehend that if the state police is permitted to continue the investigation, in all probabilities the investigation will derail and the culprits will not be brought to books, and therefore they pray that the case on hand is unlike other cases and involves extraordinary urgency for this court to intervene so that the investigation is transferred to an independent agency. We had directed the learned senior standing counsel for the state to produce the case diary and the matters were passed over. The case diary was produced and we have perused the same. One more aspect which is also quite disturbing is that the case of unnatural death has been registered with the Tala police station in case number so and so. It is submitted that that under normal circumstances, a case of unnatural death is registered when there is no complaint. When the deceased was a victim, when the deceased victim was a doctor working in the hospital, it is rather surprising as to why the principal or the hospital administration did not lodge a formal complaint. This, in our view, was a serious lapse, giving room for suspicion. On and after August 9, 2024, prima facie, there has been no significant progress, as till date the police have not arrested any other person who may be allegedly involved in the commission of the offence. The place of where the crime has been committed assumes extraordinary importance, namely, it is in a government hospital. The victim was a doctor working in the same hospital. Considering these factors, we would be well justified in making an observation that the administration was not with the victim or with the family of the victim. We have asked the learned senior standing counsel as to whether statement has been recorded from the principal, superintendent, assistant superintendent. The reply was that till date, no statement has been recorded. Today, already recorded. The reply was till we heard the matter.
Yes, till the matter was before the court.
Sir, after third.
Court observation सुनेंगे. Observation तो सुने तब.
As pointed out earlier, though the principal resigned, he has been within a couple of hours transferred and posted to another medical college and hospital under the control of the state government. Under normal circumstances, the court could have directed a report to be filed and considered the report and also might have granted leave to file exception to report, etc. However, the case on hand is a peculiar case and the facts and circumstances warrant appropriate orders without further loss of time. We are convinced to say so because even after the lapse of 5 days, there appears to be no significant progress in the investigation, which ought to have happened by now, and by further loss of time, we would be well justified in accepting the plea of the writ petitioners, now particularly the parents of the victim, that there is every possibility that the evidence will be destroyed and the witnesses will be influenced, etc. Therefore, we deem it appropriate to transfer the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. As pointed out by the Honorable Supreme Court, one of the circumstances which the court should take in while transferring investigation from the state investigating agency to any other independent investigating agency is to do justice between the parties and to instill confidence in the public mind. Apart from that, when it is necessary for having a fair, honest, and complete investigation, and particularly when it is imperative to retain public confidence in the impartial working of the state agency. The circumstances which I have set out above clearly show that the public have agitated on the very same day, that too in large numbers, and it is admitted that by the state that rapid action force had to be brought in. The doctors/students in their memorandum had stated that the rapid action force had assaulted several innocent people and they demand action to be taken against the force. Therefore, it became imperative and necessary for this court to exercise its jurisdiction, failing which the confidence in the public mind would be shattered and the public confidence will be also jeopardized. As at this juncture, we take judicial notice of the fact that the agitation which initially commenced in the RG Medical College and Hospital has spread over to the other institutions in the state of West Bengal. Apart from that, agitations have spread out to other states in the country, which have been widely reported in the newspapers. These are all relevant factors which have to be borne in mind. For the above reasons, the learned government pleader is directed to hand over the case diary to the officer of C.B.I. who will be present in court, and an acknowledgement shall be given by the said officer to the officer of state police forthwith. The other records, CCTV footages, statements, if any, and all materials and matters concerning the case shall be handed over to C.B.I. by 10 a.m. tomorrow. The CCTV footages which are stated to have been preserved shall also be handed over as such. Apart from that, any other information which is relevant to the case, as may be called for by C.B.I., shall be provided by the state police or the special investigation team. With regard to the other prayers which have been sought for in the writ petition, we direct the concerned authority of the state government to file its report. The superintendent of the hospital shall also file a report as regards the infrastructure and other facilities which are available in the hospital. The doctors, medical students, who have formed themselves as a joint forum are also permitted to file their suggestion. After the reports and suggestions are put on record, the court will examine as to what appropriate directions have to be issued.